welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a faux leather keychain, or as some like to call it, key fob or wristlet. Now all the materials I'm going to be using today will be linked down in the description box below for you. So let's get things started. Obviously the first thing that you're going to be needing is the material, the faux leather material. I decided to use this fun pattern because we are heading into fall within the next 2 months. So this material I had purchased off of Amazon. They come in a variety of different colors and different patterns. The next tool you're going to be needing is obviously the key fob, keychain holder. This ring is where it's going to be holding all your keys for you. Next tool you're going to be needing is your key fob clamper. And then last but not least, you're going to need a fabric mat. I'm using right now the Cricut fabric mat. It's perfect for the material we're going to be cutting on, but you can buy the cheaper versions off of Amazon as well. They work just as well. And if you wanted a added touch, you can also purchase mini tassels that you can add to your keychain, but that is optional. It's up to your preference. And just an added tip, if you do not have the Cricut Maker, you can still make this key fob. All you would need to do is cut out the exact dimensions, which the dimensions are 1 inch in width and 11 inches in length. And you just get yourself a nice sharp crafting blade. I had purchased this from Cricut, but any crafting blade will do, obviously. You just cut the dimensions and then follow the rest of the steps that I will be taking in this video after the Cricut cuts the material. So now that you know what materials to get, what you're going to go ahead and do is get your material, place it onto your fabric mat, make sure that it aligns to the line of the Cricut mat. And then what I like to do, and this is optional, is just take my little roller and just roll it onto the fabric mat. That way it could adhere better to the mat itself. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and take painter's tape. And what I personally like to do is just put the painter's tape on all the sides of the material. This just keeps the material in place. That way, if God forbid the blade got stuck in the material and starts moving the material around, it causes a big headache, jams up the machine, and you definitely don't want that. So this is what I like to use, just put painter's tape on all sides. Okay, so your mat is ready to go. You have tape on all sides. You don't have to be perfect. Just make sure that most of the sides have the tape on it. Okay, so your mat is prepared. It's ready to go. So what we're going to go ahead and do is head on over to Design Space. So there goes your design space, and as you can see here, let me just put it into focus for you guys. As you can see here, we have the outline of the keychain that's going to be cutting. So let me go ahead and show you how to create the outline. So what you're going to do is head on over to shapes, which I already selected, hit square. A square will pop up on the screen. I like to just align it towards the middle here. Well, let's align it towards the other one. I like to make sure that it's unlocked. Now, when you hit the square, when you create a square, it's going to come up automatically as lock. You don't want that. You want to unlock it because we're going to go ahead and resize it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and resize it. How you would do that is just select the cross arrow here and hold it down, and we're going to bring it onto the left till it reaches 1 inch. And as you can see up top, it shows the measurements. It might appear differently on your end, but for me, it appears like this. I'm using my Apple iPad. Okay, so it reached 1 inch. So we're gonna do the same thing for the length. We're gonna select the cross arrow and bring it all the way down to 11 inches. Okay. Now, in doing that, it might mess up the width, so you just want to play with it a little bit and make sure that the width is about 1 inch. So I'll select the arrow. Okay. So as you can see, they look exactly the same. So this is good to go. All you would have to do is hit make it. And since I'm only cutting one keychain today, I'm going to go ahead and remove the one that we made and then hit make it. And now this screen shows exactly where your Cricut is going to cut on the mat. Now if you want to cut it in the middle or to the right, all you would have to do is just hold it down and just drag it to where you want it to cut on the mat. But it looks perfectly fine for me. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is hit continue. Go ahead and select my Cricut Maker. It might not show like this for you. Since I'm starting brand new, I'm just going to select the Cricut Maker. And then while that's loading, the next screen that's going to come up is selecting your material. So the material that I like to use for faux leather, since we're cutting a keychain, is heavy fabrics like denim bonded. That's the material that I use. It's the most easiest for the knife to cut through for me personally. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that fabric. And then as you can see here, pressure, I like to select more pressure so it's easier for the knife to cut through. So what I go ahead and do is select default, select more, hit done, and you're ready to go. You're ready to place the mat into the Cricut. Alright, so the Cricut already has cut the keychain, so we're just going to go ahead and take it off the mat by just pulling it upwards. Okay. And as you can see here, since we did use the painter's tape, it placed onto the material, so it's just easiest just peeling it off. It's not a biggie. And then sometimes you know, the Cricut gives a little nook and crannies here, so we just like to trim that off, any type of little hairs, so we could just give it a clean look here. So the next step we're going to do is place the top of the keychain onto the material. But by doing so, we need to fold the material first in half and make sure that it's nice and even. Okay, we're going to place it down, and then we're going to take our clamp holder with our key holder here, and we're going to place it in the middle of the clamp holder. So as you can see here, there's a small loop. That's where we want to place it. We want to place this all the way back so that it hits that little loop there. Then after you do that, I like to clamp it down just to hold it there, because if not, it'll just fall out. Okay. Then after that, using the right hand, you're going to take with your other hand your material. Once again, make sure it's even. Turn it around, and you're going to enter it. See if you guys can see that. There's teeth here, so you're going to enter it on top of the teeth area, right in the middle. So you want to make sure that it's even, that no material, as you can see, is coming out from either end. It's right aligned between the metal and the material. Okay? Once you got it nice and even, you're just going to go ahead and clamp it down. I like to use both hands just to give more pressure. So just like this, clamp it down. Okay. You're going to release. That's about it. You have yourself a nice keychain. Make sure it's nice and clean if you are selling these. As you can see, it needs a little more of a haircut here. Okay, and that's about it. You have yourself a nice full leather keychain. Like I said, very easy to make, perfect to give as a gift, especially around the holidays. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Till next time guys, hope you have a great one.